One of them not so good sometimes things about soccer is the games end in tie, and that can really affect your standings later on in the season.
Well, it's been a season of ties for the Wilson Trojans. They have only 2 wins on the season, but altogether they have 5 ties, including their last 3 matches have all ended in a tie.
Well, hopefully tonight we'll see a good game out of both teams. We'll have good goal scoring. It's a little bit chilly out there, but both teams have had a long time to warm up, and it looks like they're both ready to get this game on the way.
All right, fortunately tonight we actually have a clock. You can see it on our screen there, and it will count down each of the 40-minute halves. We'll have 2 40-minute halves broken up by a 10-minute intermission. Trojans out on the field. They are in their green uniforms. They will move from our right to our left. Lincoln Cardinal, they are in white with red lettering, and they will move from our right to our left. Did I say that right? Did I say the Trojans right? They're moving from our left to our right.
There you go.
There we go. We're underway here at Lincoln High School. A cold night, but it's not raining now. It was earlier.
So Lincoln wastes no time coming after Wilson. They get the ball quickly down into the 20-yard line. They're going to throw in down near the penalty box.
Right, throw-in coming up for the... Unfortunately, tonight we actually have a clock. You can see it on our screen there, and it will count down. All right. We were just listening to ourselves on time delay. I thought, who's that guy talking? All right.
There we go. So we got a nice high cross here.
There's the ball in front. Trojans clear it out. Remember, Trojans moving from our left to right, out to midfield. Trojans come forward. Neither one of these teams have been defeated in PIL action. As I mentioned, in PIL action, Trojans 1-0-3, Lincoln 4-0. Trojans ranked, according to the latest power poll, they are number 24 in the state. So even with all those ties, they still have managed to move up in the power poll. That tie with Grant certainly helped move them up. Grant was ranked number 1 at the time.
Oh, wow. So they have been playing some good soccer so far. You know, it's just unfortunate that those ties weren't wins.
The Grant game was a great game. It was a scoreless tie.
It's always good to have good defensive players on the field.
Wilson.
Throw-in coming up for the Trojans. That's number 4. That is Aiden Hostetler.
Looks like they awarded him a free kick here.
Oh, it's a free kick.
So we'll see what kind of distance he has here. He does go high into the box.
Cleared out. Cardinal moved the ball forward. If you had to use one word to describe the Trojan season so far, it would be injuries. Injuries have plagued the Trojans all season long. In fact, I'm trying to think, Coach Matthews, I talked to both coaches on the field before the start. Coach Matthews told me, I think Jack Weiler, number 6, was going to play tonight, although he is injured. Throw in, coming up there. Are both these teams in sort of a feeling out process right now?
Yeah, they are. Wilson is working about midfield. They're trying to find a gap, looking to break that ball up the sideline here. Lincoln is doing a good job of clearing it back to midfield, but the defense gets back on Wilson, and so far they've been doing a good job there. This could...
Down the left side for the Cardinal. They send it into the middle. Back out to midfield. We're just underway here at Lincoln High School. 36-36 left to go here in the first half. No score. Wilson Trojans, Lincoln Cardinal. I'm Dave Hall along with Steve Roberts. There's a pass down the right side. Trojans trying to get forward.
Just not quite enough speed there. He did start off about 10 yards behind the defense, and he was able to catch up to him. But I suspect we'll see more plays like that where they pass the ball up in the flat. They did a good job of keeping it away from the goalie and giving an possible opportunity there for their wing player.
2 players to watch for the Trojans. Number 1, Logan Kleiser, the midfielder, and number 12, and that is Hayden Smith. Smith had a streak of 5 straight games in which he scored a goal early in the season.
Both teams are challenging on the defense here. They're playing tight, and that's why we're seeing the ball change possession quite a few times so far. Lots of play in the midfield.
There's the throw in. Off to the right wing. Cardinal send it back. Going to set up a play. There's a kick forward. Trojans go back. They're going to get that.
So both teams are here looking for an opportunity. They're both pushing the ball up quite far, trying to get it out in the flat, trying to get one of their upper players, their offensive players, their strikers to run that ball down and create some opportunities there.
Okay. In goal for the Trojans, I believe, if you can see that number, I believe that's number 99, Sean Sussman, or number 90, Sean Sussman.
Looks like the umpire is having a little conversation down there on the field. Lincoln will talk it over, determine how they want to play this here. Are they going to go? Are they going to go for a pass? We'll see. The teams are lining up pretty far away from the go, so he may actually take a strike on go.
Free kick for the Cardinal coming up here. There's the kick, blocked by the wall. On that free kick, I believe was number 11. And that was Ethan Jones, the senior.
And Wilson wastes no time trying to get that ball back. They have it on the sideline there.
Steve, if you can, see if you can get a number on each one of the goalies. I believe it's Sean Sussman in goal for the Wilson Trojans. It's either him or Amos Brown. Brown is 00, Sussman is 90. And I believe that's Coleman Alvarez in goal for Lincoln, and he would be number 00.
Yeah, I think we got 00 for
Lincoln? I mean
for Wilson.
Well, 00 is Amos Brown then, okay? And I believe that's 00 in goal for Lincoln. Lincoln with the ball on the left wing.
Yeah, you're right. It is 00 for Lincoln also.
All right, then the two goalies are confirmed for Wilson. It's 00. That's Amos Brown, and he is a junior. For Lincoln, Coleman Alvarez is in goal, number 00. Into the middle, Cardinal with the ball, trying to get forward. And that's going to go past the end line.
Corner kick Lincoln.
Corner kick coming up for Lincoln. This will be our first corner kick of the game. Cardinal with the corner kick from the left corner.
So they put one player right on the line of the go there.
There's the kick. And
go.
There's a goal. Goal for Lincoln.
So it's a nice job there by one of their, I think it might have been one of their defensive players who came up to actually get that goal. You know, a nice tall player was able to get up high, got his head a little bit above the ball, so he was able to knock it down and bounce it into the goal.
All right, it was a corner kick. And it came to the far post, headed in. And that ball sent out of bounds by the Cardinal.
So Wilson will probably pick up their game a little bit here. I'm sure they're going to want to try to get a strike on goal now that they're down on this end after that goal that was scored there. Keep this game close if they can.
Time on that goal was 31:30 left to go in the first half.
Looks like we had a sub come in here.
Very effective corner kick that time for the Cardinal. They set it up, they kicked it to the far post and headed right in. They actually had a player standing at each post, the Cardinals did last time. Play at midfield. Kept in. And that ball goes out. There's the throw-in. The throw-in by number 6. That's Andrew Partial. Cleared out by Amos Brown, the goalie.
So it looks like we're going to have a throw-in here. Again, both teams playing tight defense out there.
Throw-in coming up for the Cardinal. And cleared out. Back to midfield. Steve, we don't see to be much offense in the Wilson end.
Be dangerous here. Okay.
And there was a block. A shot came right in front. Nice crossing pattern in front.
Yeah, Lincoln has done a good job so far on the offensive end. They've been able to get the ball down in the zone there. They've been able to make some nice crosses there with players running to find a spot. We just saw an example of that there. Lincoln is still struggling. They can get the ball down near the goal, but they haven't been able to get a good shot on goal yet.
Other than the one they made, you mean?
I'm sorry, Wilson has gotten down near the goal, but hasn't.
Right. We've played most of this game in down in the Wilson end. Wilson not being able to get forward much lately and mount any offensive threat.
So let's see what they can do here. They're down in the zone there. We'll see if they can maintain possession of this here and create an opportunity for themselves.
Wilson, 3 straight ties. That 0-0 tie with Grant, then a tie with Roosevelt, and then a tie with Franklin. This game with Lincoln, they have 2 more games on their schedule. A game with Madison and a game with Cleveland at home, both those games at home.
So it looks like we got a corner kick here, and I notice how Lincoln brings back 10 players on the defensive end. They really stack that middle there to deny a goal.
Trojans with a corner kick from the left corner. And Lincoln has lots of players stacked in front of the goal there. Long, and it was headed, cleared out by the goalie. And there's a kick by a defenseman. Play along the left side of the field.
Good shot.
Good shot by the Trojans. Blocked. Nice save that time by the goalie, Coleman Alvarez.
So it's a nice attempt there from about the 20-yard line. He was able to get a good foot on the ball, curved it in. The goalie got there, made a good play to knock it away. But good job by Wilson to get that shot off.
Good shot. Good attempt that time by Aiden Hostetler. And there's a save by the goalie. Nice job. Coleman Alvarez. A ball headed towards the left corner. Alvarez gets it. Goalie kick. And just short of midfield. Cardinals send the ball forward. Scooped up by Amos Brown. Brown with the kick, and that does make it to midfield.
A little misplay there of the ball there, and it gives the ball back to Lincoln.
Throw-in coming up for the Cardinals. In front, and Amos Brown has to go out and get that ball. Brown throws it down the left side, right sideline. That's Hostetler with the ball. Nice header that time. Logan Kleiser moves the ball forward. Kleiser's going to go back and get it. Kleiser, a very heady player all over the field. Throw in. That was number 5. That was Sam Denton who headed the ball. Denton, number 5, a freshman. And there's a shot over the top of the net.
So Wilson is beginning to create some opportunities for themselves. They've gotten a couple of shots on goal.
Exactly.
In the last 2 minutes. They're moving the ball well, keeping some good spacing. Lincoln has done a good job of getting a number of people back on defense, though, and maintaining the line there and helping the goalie out a lot.
That shot was by Hayden Smith, number 12, the senior. I'd mentioned earlier in the year he had 5 straight goals. That was at the beginning of the season. Smith heads it forward. Trojans trying him out on offense now and getting more chances.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job of possession here. After that goal, they've been getting good possession time.
Lincoln goal kick.
Free kick coming up. We are at 24 minutes left to go here in the first half. 1-0. Lincoln leads on a goal on a corner kick. That coming at 31:30 left in the half. Trojans try to get something going down the left wing.
Free kick given to Lincoln.
So a little bit of push there, trying to bring that ball in. Lincoln gets it now, and they'll look at pushing it back up the field.
Free kick coming up. There's the kick. Wilson sends it back. Back and forth in midfield right now. Trojans have the ball.
Nice little touch passes there to get control of it. So far, Wilson is showing good ball handling here in the midfield. They've been able to push the ball up. They've gotten some shots on goal. Lincoln's still looking for another opportunity after that goal they scored there. They've gotten 1 or 2 shots also.
I talked to both coaches beforehand. Pablo Di Pasquale, the coach of the Lincoln Cardinal, told me he had everybody available tonight. He was ready to go, and he was going to play everybody a lot of minutes.
It's always good to get the fresh legs out there on the field, and this could be trouble here.
Trouble. Brown comes out. The goalie scoops it up.
Good choice by the goalie there to get out there and handle that ball to keep it away from the goal.
Brown came out. It was going to be a one-on-one, and he grabbed the ball. Nice job by Amos Brown. He's a junior. He's been splitting the goalkeeping for the Trojans with Sean Sussman, the sophomore. And we had a whistle.
So both teams wasting no time getting the ball up into their defensive, up into their offensive players there to create some happenings down near the goal. Games like this, that can turn into some positive action anytime.
Throw-in coming up for the Cardinal. Trojans. Here comes Kleiser. Logan Kleiser sends it in the middle. Taken away.
So Lincoln doing a nice job of controlling that ball, getting it up into the zone there.
Brown, a ball sent towards the goal. Brown steps up, catches it. The kick. We're more than halfway through the first half. 1940. Wilson moves forward, trying to get the ball into the middle. It goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for the Trojans.
So far, both teams have done a good job keeping their spacing on the field. They've been able to find each other for some nice short touch passes, which creates opportunities for them to move the ball up the pitch and looking for a shot on goal as they get closer.
Throw in for the Trojans. Cleared away. Kleiser with the ball. Kleiser sends it back. Trojans with a kick forward. Cleared away. Cleared away by number 5, Sam Denton. Cardinal get it off on a wing. That's Denton down with the ball in the corner. Trying to get something in the middle.
So good defense on Wilson. Good job on Lincoln player to get around that defensive player and have him try to create something there. Almost got a nice cross pass there away from the goalie, but the Wilson defensive player was there to get that ball out of bounds, and we have a corner kick.
Corner kick coming up for the Cardinal. The last time they did it, they were on this side on the left, and they scored. They put someone on the right on the inside of the left post. There's the kick. Looks the same. This time cleared away by the Trojans. Exact same play they ran before.
Yeah, had a little bit more on that ball, not quite as high, but you can see that they're looking to get the same kind of opportunity as they got last time.
Alvarez, the goalie, sends it forward. And Steve, that was the exact same corner kick that they ran before. Somebody on the left post, somebody broke in on the right post. They sent the ball in the middle, tried to head it to the goalie, and Brown stepped up and got it.
Wilson, goal kick.
17:30 left to go here in the first half. 1-0 our score. Lincoln leads. They scored on a corner kick with 31:30 left to go in the first half. We're at Lincoln High School. The Trojans undefeated 1-0-3. The Cardinal undefeated 4-0. Thoughts about ties?
Well, you know, it's always hard to come back from when you're down one. So we'll see how Lincoln plays. They've been getting some good possession time here. You know, they just haven't gotten the quite the same opportunities that Lincoln has gotten, although they have had a couple of corners themselves, but haven't been able to produce anything out of it. You know, Lincoln is dropping back 10 players into the box on defense whenever they get down there, so it's going to be hard for them to score a goal.
There's another play, and this time again the attack from the left side. Cardinal look like that is the route they want to go, and they've come down the left side, tried to send a couple of centering passes in the middle. Did that very effectively on the corner kick, the first one. The second one, not quite as effective, but a great save by Amos Brown, this time down the left side.
So we have another corner kick coming here, and we'll see if they run that similar play again. I see one player going into the box, probably a line up on the goal line there, make sure the goalie has something to think about with him that deep, and that really opens it up for those other players.
All right, corner kick coming up. This is 3. They've been effective on 1 already. 1 for 2. Same type of play. Here's the kick. That one's going to be a little far. The first two kicks were right in position in the goal. That one was too far.
Yeah, I suspect he wanted to get it kind of high so that his player would have the only opportunity. The last time his player was able to easily outjump the Wilson player, so he was probably trying to get it up high. Put a little bit too much on it and went a bit far, but it looks like they have a corner coming from the other side now.
Now this will be the first corner kick coming up from the right side. Nobody on the post this time. There's the lob into the middle, a header over the top.
So again, a nice corner at that time. Lincoln did get ahead on it. They just weren't able to bring it down, and it went over the goal.
Header over the top of the goal that time, but that was the play from the right side.
On for Nate Bradley.
There's a kick out to the middle. So the Cardinal now have had 4 corner kicks here in the first half. High kick. .14:35 left to go here first half. 1-0. Lincoln leads Wilson. I'm Dave Hall along with Steve Roberts. Thanks for joining us. Football action on Oregon Sports Beat tomorrow night. We have 3 games lined up for you. We also are televising tonight we're covering the Oregon City Central Catholic girls soccer match, and I have a score earlier on that, 2-0 Oregon City. We'll see if we can update that in a bit. In front,
Opportunity. Oh, missed there.
Wilson tried to get a pass into the middle, cleared away by the Cardinal.
Lincoln is quick to get back, and they have an opportunity here. We'll see who runs this down. Yep. See if they get across here.
They were onside, and that kick goes out of bounds past the inline. Be another corner kick coming up, number 5 for the Cardinal.
So Lincoln has done a good job transitioning from defense to offense and getting that ball quickly up the pitch and down near the goal.
Second corner kick coming up from the right. When they kicked from the left, they had players up on the post. This time they have the players back.
Yeah, it looks like they're keeping a few more defensive players on the pitch right now, outside of the box there.
Now they move a player up on the goal. In the middle, try for a header. Outside, and
missed opportunity
there. Had a kick right in the middle, missed it. 5 corner kicks now. Another ball sent in the middle. Trojans clear it out. Steve, right now it looks like Lincoln is controlling the pace of the game.
Yeah, they got in good possession time. After the goal, Wilson had picked up their pace a bit here, but now Lincoln is getting good possession time. Getting good corners and really knocking at the door for another go.
Wilson looks like they're having a little bit of trouble mounting an offense. Should they move more players forward?
Well, they've been able to get down near the zone. They just haven't been able to create the opportunities inside there. They've taken a couple of shots on goal, but nothing that would really make an easy shot for them.
Play into the middle. There's a kick and high. On the setup that time, that was Ethan Jones, number 11 for the Cardinal. Sent it inside, but it was kicked over the net.
Yeah, Lincoln's done a good job of keeping their field spacing there, players in the right spot so they can make those passes and then look into those gaps to see if they can get a pass back. And then every now and then they'll surprise a player by turning around, taking a shot like we just saw there.
Nice play that time. Wilson managing to keep the ball forward.
Yeah, they've done a good job on this possession, keeping possession, being patient. Plays like this can hurt them.
An offside.
Yeah. He got there a little bit too soon, got past the last defensive player.
Offside on the Trojans. And the linesman wasted no time getting that flag up.
Yeah. It's a good idea there by Wilson, though. Nice idea there to push that ball in the gap like that. Unfortunately, player got there a little bit too early.
We're closing in on 10 minutes left to go in the first half. First half has been characterized in 5 corner kicks for the Lincoln Cardinal. They converted one of those for the only goal of the game, 1-0 our score. A play forward in on the goalie. Brown comes out and gets the ball.
Good play by the goalie there. There was no flag, so the player was onside.
Brown has done a good job on shots where it looks like he's going to be one-on-one with somebody. He's went out and got the ball.
Yeah, good goalies, they don't want to stay near the goal when it's one-on-one. They want to take away an angle, and the closer they are to the player with the shot, the less of an angle that player has on the goal.
And that's what Brown has been doing. So Amos Brown, good first half so far. Although the Trojans has given up a goal, and Trojans clear it out that time. Number 15, that's Solek Askanoa. He's a senior.
The owner of the Aston Martin blocking the pathway on the road to the right of the field. Please move your car. Thank you.
There's a play into the middle and cleared out of there by the Trojans. Cardinal still with the ball, try to get a shot in front. Goalie with a save, knocks it away. Brown that time stayed by the goal, got down and blocked that one away.
Yeah, it's a good job by the goalie there to stay low on that, take away that opportunity there. Lincoln, a good job for them getting up the pitch there and finding an opportunity. Good defense here by Wilson.
Trojans looking for an equalizer. They're down 1-0. $7:50 left to go here, first half.
Again, the Trojans are looking to make something happen here, trying to get the ball up the pitch. You know, taking care of it in the midfield here, looking for an opportunity to break. Pace of the game has slowed a little bit, it looks like. I'm sure the chill is out there on the players.
Steve, with only 2 games left in the regular season, in the PIL season, and neither one of these teams with a loss, both of these teams are being very careful. Seeding is very important in the PIL. There's a play down the left side and knocked away. Are these teams being too careful?
No, I think that both teams have pushed the ball up quite a bit. Lincoln has done a good job of getting a lot of players back on defense, and that's what's made it really hard for Wilson to get opportunities down there. Lincoln's brought back, I've seen as many as 10 players back on defense. So that makes it very difficult for a team to find the spacing they need to get a good shot on goal.
And there's a whistle. Pushed to the ground was number 1, Logan Kleiser.
Wilson, free kick.
Free kick coming up for the Trojans. There they send it forward on the right. And that ball wide left.
Lincoln goal kick.
Lincoln goal kick. Coleman Alvarez on the kick. Alvarez approaches the ball, gets the kick away, a low driving kick. Trojans come back forward. And that's going to be a throw-in for the Trojans.
Free kick awarded to Wilson.
Actually, a free kick.
Yep. There's a little bit of push there as it got near that out of bounds line. They're actually giving them good spacing there.
Clock ticks just under 5 minutes.
So this is almost as good as a corner here.
Kleiser with the kick. Kleiser resets the ball. Logan Kleiser in the middle. And just missing the header were the Trojans. Two players came forward. Both of them missed the header.
So they'll keep control of the ball down here and see if they can create another opportunity for themselves as we get into the late minutes of this period.
Trojans like to get an equalizer before half. It's 1-0, Lincoln. Solik Askanoa tries to get it in the middle, cleared away by the Trojans. Askanoa, number 15.
So again, Lincoln wastes no time getting that ball back up the pitch and looking for another opportunity on offense here. Looks like we got a sub coming in.
Yes, we do. Trojans substitution.
We're going to change of possession there very quickly.
3:35 left to go here, first half. 1-0. Lincoln leads. A goal off of a corner kick. That goal came 28 minutes ago. It was at 31:30.
It's a good speed here. We've got a foot race going on.
And
Goal kick Lincoln.
goal kick coming up for the Cardinal. Coleman Alvarez sets the ball down. Alvarez, the kick. And that goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. On the throw-in that time was number 14, Isaac Volan. Throw-in, Trojans. Nice high throw-in that time. That was Isaac Volan again. Almost a breakaway that time for Askanoa. Trojans step in and save it, though. Here come the Cardinal back with the ball. Send it off on the side. Good speed down the left side. That's number 5. Sam Denton. Denton, the freshman. 1:48 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration there as the player was blocking him from making his move there, and he kind of grabbed him a little bit. I don't think it was anything intentional, but still a foul.
Trojans with the free kick. Try to get the ball forward. They've got it 1:25 left to go here in the first half. See if they can get the equalizer. way forward. And Amos Brown goes out and gets that.
Both teams doing a good job, playing very controlled, getting some nice touches and ball handling to push the ball up the pitch. You know, both teams have gotten opportunities down near the goal.
We're under a minute left in the first half here. .25 seconds. Trojans have the ball forward. I don't have anything set up, though. There's a long kick. Cardinal don't have anybody in the offense either. They were laying back, looking for the defensive stop. 10 seconds.
Yeah, the Cardinals definitely have been in a defensive mindset. Even though they're up one goal, it's been their defense that has kept this game under control for them.
And there's a big collision. That was going to be a free kick, but the clock ran out. That's the end of the first half. Our score at the end of one here at Lincoln High School in PIL boys soccer action. The Lincoln Cardinal won, the Wilson Trojans nothing. That goal coming at 31:30 on a corner kick in the front, headed in by the Cardinal. So we're at a 10-minute halftime. I'll let our producer, Ryan, know that we're going to take a short break. We'll come back about 2 minutes before the start of the second half. We'll talk a little bit more about what happened here in the first. And, Steve, I want to get your thoughts on the United States not making the World Cup. I know that's kind of been a touchy subject in the news today, but let's take a break, and we'll come back with about 2 minutes to go before the start of the second half. You're listening to Boys Soccer Action here from Lincoln High School. Our score at halftime, Lincoln 1, Wilson nothing.
And I'm from Southern California. So I grew up in between UCLA and USC. So.
There you go.
So you've been through 4 years. This is your fourth year at Wilson, and you've had some incredible success in the past. You've had great teams.
Yeah, we have.
You've lost 17 seniors this year. How's the attitude on the team?
It's good. It's definitely hard losing. It's a totally different team, a new team, different playing style. But we're learning and we're growing really quick, so it's going good.
As a senior on the team, the players look to you for leadership?
I think they look to all three of us for leadership. I think if we're setting an example, they're going to follow. If we're serious, they're going to be serious.
Yeah. Now we're covering your game next Thursday night with Lake Ridge. Have you heard anything about them or?
About Lake Ridge this year?
Yes.
Well, I know they lost some seniors just like us.
Yeah.
So it should be a good game. It's going to be two new teams playing against each other for.
Yeah, I would expect
There's
both teams
some rivalry.
to be, both were very good last year, and I think the younger players are also going to be very good. It's going to be another battle. I think there's, Lake Ridge, Laco, Jesuit, Wilson, this kind of general area. There's a lot of competition there.
So this is your senior year. You've been playing soccer for a while now. Is there anything you're looking forward to happening this year, whether it be a certain opponent you want to play, or do you have some personal goals that you've set for yourself?
This year. Well, I got some friends on Grant that I want to beat, and always Lincoln. Lincoln's going to be a big rival game, so I'm excited for that. But really, I'm just looking forward to going far during playoffs. We want to go as far as we can.
That's right.
Hopefully do as well as we can.
I'm trying to remember what happened in your playoff run last year.
We lost in the semifinals to McMinnville, last year. So we ended up third last year.
We did their first game of the season, and they're very talented, and they got a couple of kids up front, strikers who are
they're good.
Really good.
Yep, they're good.
Yeah, they are good.
So you owe them.
Yeah, we'd like to play them again, though. That's for sure, because that means we'll play. If we play them again, that means we made it pretty far in the playoffs. You play any other sports?
I don't. I used to play lacrosse, and then after I got to a certain age, I kind of decided that soccer is what I want to have all my attention to.
Yeah. Coach, that's been kind of an issue in high school sports. over the years about kids specializing in one sport. It used to be when I was in high school, I played football, basketball, and baseball, and pretty much everybody did, and the seasons kind of worked out that way. Now kids are playing one sport all year long.
Yeah, you know, I think I was a 3-sport person as well, but then I had to specialize around my junior year because of, you know, club soccer expectations. It is different now, and I think the Wilson philosophy is to allow people to play as many sports as they want and just, you know, train to be a full body, full experience athlete rather than a specialized. But it's ultimately the kid's choice, and like, you know, I have no problem with someone that wants to pursue just one sport, because that means, you know, they're motivated to pursue that one sport. So, you know, I was kind of I would say a 2-sport athlete. You know, I played basketball as well, but mostly soccer and tennis. And I think it's great either way, as long as you're out there playing something, because in today's world, you don't want to be sitting around, you know, doing nothing.
All right, Logan, we're going to pick on you now. You're the junior, and that pretty much means that you can enjoy this year, and then you'll be back for another year. So you don't have to think that far off in the future yet.
No. I've been really trying to just, as Hayden was saying, get to know this team. Because I know.
Slide that microphone over just a little bit more in front of you there. There you go.
I was, like Hayden said, I was just trying to get to know this team, as long as and go deep into the finals. But this team, just kind of get to know them, and then next year can also be a setup into that deep playoff run.
Tell us a little bit about your background in soccer. How'd you get started?
I got started when I was really young, same with Hayden, maybe around 6. And I've been playing with BSC Oregon, Brown Mouse Soccer Club, my entire soccer career for club, and just been playing through them. And then, in Wilson and still doing BSC, so, yeah.
So year-round soccer for Logan.
Yep.
You don't play any other sport then?
I also play lacrosse through Wilson High School.
You know, I got, in fact, Steve and I did lacrosse games last year.
Yeah.
And it was the first time we'd done that, and that is an exciting...
It's really exciting. It's a lot of running, and it's fast-paced.
It's, you know, it's like you get to hit other people with sticks.
Yeah, with sticks. Like, what else, what more could you ask for real? I mean...
How about your school? What do you like in school?
I'm currently taking a lot of AP classes, one of which is AP Enviro, which I enjoy a lot, AP Environmental Studies, which is very fun. So.
You have an interest in that maybe in the future?
I have an interest in that and an interest in business, which nowadays is kind of colliding, so it's kind of a nice road to go down.
Get into that ecotourism.
Yep.
And you like, what position do you play?
In lacrosse?
No, in soccer.
In soccer, I play holding midfield or attacking midfield.
Okay. And you like that?
I love that. It's where all the action is.
Yeah. This is actually our midfield right here.
Yeah, this is our...
Cedric as well, but Cedric's been out with the concussion. But this is our center mid right here.
Okay, and go ahead, Steve.
So what's your secret, man? I mean, I know I enjoy watching you because I was a small player.
Yes.
But I wasn't really small. I played big.
Yeah.
So what's your secret, man? How do you make that happen?
Is it's all how you use your body, right?
Okay.
Because either I'm going to get the ball or I'm going to get fouled. So it's either or. So.
That's a good way to be. Man.
Yeah.
Good way to be.
Yeah.
How do you like playing for Coach Matthews?
Oh, I love playing for Coach Matthews. Not only is his coaching style really complimented throughout the team, but also just as a person, he's very understanding and just like almost a father figure to all of us players.
Do you have a team spokesman?
I guess Logan Kleiser now after those words. No, I mean, you know, I try never to be judgmental to the boys because I think as a former player, you know, I made a lot of great plays that I'll remember the rest of my life, but I also made some bad ones that you also remember the rest of your life. And I think back in my day, people really yelled and screamed at kids, and they didn't really understand the nuances of soccer because it looks so easy from the stands. And you're running 6-7 miles, and you're expected to still have your skill after doing all that. And I know how hard that can be. And so I never want to be judgmental. Hayden and I were talking today, and you know, we were talking about a certain play against David Douglas where we had an opportunity to score in the first couple minutes, and we were saying that probably should have went in. But I said, you know, that happens. I mean, you're going to miss easy shots sometimes, and so is the other team. I mean, that's just soccer. And I think my philosophy with being around kids is to never make it personal. You know, it's never personal. You're trying your best, and you know, I'm gonna respect that. And as long as you're working hard, like Logan always does, you know, I'd say Logan is truly the fan favorite of sorts, because he's always in there and he's always inspirational for the other players with his actions. You know, like his actions speak louder than his words.
You know, Coach, you were mentioning that, and I recall my days when I played sports in high school and in college. There were a lot of screamers.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of coaches who screamed all the time and screamed about the bad things.
And it makes you tight. And I want my kids to be loose all the time, because you play better when you're having fun and being loose. You know,
Welcome back. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half here at Lincoln High School in boys soccer action. The Lincoln Cardinal lead the Wilson Trojans 1-0. Update on the scoring. That goal in the first half, I've confirmed with the official score. That goal was scored by number 15, Solik Askino, the player that we saw race down the side on the left a couple of times. He's having a great game. Also, looking back, we actually have a monitor. We've looked back on some of the plays from the first half, and I may have mistakenly said that some of those plays were Hayden Smith, and looking at them, it looks like they were actually Ryan Pinney. Okay. And so if I misspoke on those, I'm sorry. We're looking at the numbers as best we can. While we're a few minutes away from the start of the second half, your comments about the U.S. soccer team.
Well, you know, I love U.S. sports. I'm a big fan of U.S. sports. But, you know, I lived overseas, so I know what kind of heart a lot of these other countries play with when they play this game of soccer. You would not believe how popular it is in a lot of other countries. You know, but, you know, the U.S. didn't do it early. I'll be honest. I'm a coach. They didn't do it early, and so they put themselves in a bind, came down to the latter part of the season, and a lot of good things had to go their way, and none of them did. So
you know, it seems to me for the success of the U.S. soccer program, the country needs that team to be in the World Cup action. Now it'll be 5 years until they get a chance to do it again. So I think that's a setback to the program. I think there's going to have to be some decisions made about the management at the top of the U.S. Soccer Association and those things. But
well, you know, I move on to girls soccer, man. You know, I coach girls soccer, so you know, women's soccer is
this weekend the Portland Thorn are playing for the championship of the women's league. Mm-hmm. So, all right, the teams lined up. Lincoln in the white with the red numerals. They will move from our left to our right. Wilson, green uniforms. They have the black lettering. They will move from our right to our left. We're underway. Lincoln with a shot from way out, fielded by the goalie, and that is Coleman Alvarez. Alvarez out to midfield. Do we see more action here in the second half?
Well, I think we will. You know, Wilson is looking to equalize. They're going to be playing hard, trying to get the ball up the pitch very quickly, create some happenings there, whereas Lincoln, you know, both teams have been playing good defense, so Lincoln will probably pick up their offensive pace just a little bit more. You know, they've been getting some corner opportunities and was able to capitalize on one, but we want to see some more infield play also.
Throw in by the Trojans, 5 corner kicks in the first half for the Lincoln Cardinal. Action in front of the Trojan net. Now here you can see the situation. There's 5 players back for Lincoln and nobody forward for Wilson.
Yeah, again, Lincoln has done a good job tonight so far getting back on defense. It's made it very difficult for Wilson to find the opportunities they want. You see right there, you got 4 on the line and you got 3 midfielders coming back in action here. Right now we have about 8 players on this side of 50.
So Wilson has moved players forward. They're trying to get into the middle. And there's a centering pass that goes right by 2 Trojan players in the middle.
That's a tough break there. Unfortunately, they didn't have the right spacing down. Otherwise, that would have been a good opportunity.
Trojans still forward. Pass on the wing.
Good try there to hustle to get up to that. We'll get a goal kick here.
Goal kick coming up for the Trojans. In goal, number 00, Amos Brown, the junior. Trojans try to clear a dangerous kick.
Yeah, it's always bad to be playing with the ball down there in that box area. You know, it makes a lot of pressure on the goalie, and any mishap can turn into a shot on goal.
Trojans try to set it forward. Trojans go back and get it, send it back to Brown, the goalie, kicked forward. And we got a whistle.
Free kick, Lincoln.
So it's a nice field position here for a free kick for Lincoln. They have tall players down there. You know, it's very easy for them to head that ball towards the goal. We'll see if they decide to go with the long pass or if they decide to move the ball and work it a little bit more.
Free kick for Lincoln. There's the kick, lob towards the goalie. And loose in the middle, there's a shot, wide right.
So we know they like the corner here. We see, again, they move up one of their defensive players to get in the box there. They like to get those headers. They get their nice tall players out on the far side of the goal there, and we'll see what they can do here with this corner.
Sixth corner kick coming up here. This one from the right. That'll be 3 from the left and 3 from the right on the corner kicks. Set the ball down, Cardinal. They have a player on the inside post. There's the kick, little long. And Trojans clear it out. Cardinal move forward.
Nice play here.
There was a pass, a little bit too far
A
ahead.
little bit too much on it, but a nice idea there by Lincoln. That could have really turned into a nice opportunity. And if the goalie came out there, he had another player on the far side running with him for a nice soft pass if that play had to develop.
Lots of times in basketball, they call that play the give and go. And that was just a little bit, the execution off, just a little bit.
Okay, this could be an interesting, we get a cross here.
Cleared out, though, across from right to left by the Trojans, cleared away. We're just underway, second half action. Lincoln leads this one 1-0 with 34-17 left to go in the game. A goal at 31:30 of the first half by Solik Askino of Lincoln made the score 1-0, and it's been that ever since. 6 corner kicks now for the Cardinal. And they converted on one of those. That was the corner kick that Askino scored off of. Ball, try to get it in front. It is in front. There's a shot on the score. There's a score. That's the equalizer for the Trojans. Okay, did you manage to see the goal scorer? Did you see that, Ryan?
Thinking it was 24. Is that 20?
24?
I'm not sure. They got a couple of 20s there.
Okay.
We'll find out.
When they score, Steve, we'll make sure we look at that.
Okay. So there's a nice job there. You know,
All right, we got it. All right, for the Trojans, that score was number 20. That's Cole Essler. That's the equalizer. That's what the Trojans have been looking for.
So they did a nice job staying with that ball as it bounced around in the goal there and was able to get a foot on it at the right time and get it past the goalie.
That goal coming at 33-11. And so just about the same time as the Cardinal scored in the first half, the Trojans scored in the second. The equalizer by Cole Essler. Essler, a senior, a forward. And 1-1 our score now. And that certainly, Steve, has to change the character of this game.
Well, yeah, it does. Both teams have to play with a little bit more of urgency right now. I'm sure that Wilson is glad to get that equalizer, but they played hard the first period, and they know that Lincoln can come back at any time. So they're going to continue to play hard here. I'm sure they're not satisfied. They're going to be looking to score again if they can.
Wilson came down that time. They came down on the right. They got the ball into the middle, bounced around, and Essler got it and turned around and just shot it home.
Yeah, it was the second time they were able to get the ball down there and get a cross off, and that time the cross got into the play in the center there, and it was able to go in for a goal.
So Askino with the goal for Lincoln, Essler with the goal for Wilson. 1-1 our score, 31:50 left to go in the game. In case you're just joining us, both these teams are undefeated in PIL action. Wilson 1-0-3, Lincoln 4-0. Cardinal with the ball, send it forward. And there's a whistle. Trojan player hits the dirt. Free kick, Wilson.
So again, quickly, both teams are quickly moving the ball up the pitch. Both teams are anxious to get opportunities and create them for themselves. We're not seeing quite as much midfield play as we saw in the first period, this period, because both teams are hustling very hard.
Midfield play dominated the action in the first half. Here in the second half, both teams have managed to get forward. There's the free kick from the Trojans, and Coleman Alvarez comes out and gets that. That was going to be wide right on the goal.
They come back very quickly here.
Another shot towards the middle, and that goes out, deflected out of bounds.
They'll get a corner here, so we'll see what Wilson can put together here. They don't quite have the height.
Wilson had a corner kick in the first half, one. They almost had what looked like a corner kick when Logan Kleiser kicked the ball from just near the corner.
As you see here, you'll see that Lincoln has 9 players almost in the penalty box there,
And there's a play. The ball was kicked. Now Wilson heads back. They virtually had every single player but the goalie over the 50.
Well, yeah, they pushed up because so many of Lincoln's players were on the defensive end down there, so they pushed up their defense quite far that time. But again, we see the possession here changes the field position, and we're already back getting down below the 40-yard line that quickly.
29:36 left to go in this game. We're even at 1, Lincoln and Wilson. That was the goal scorer with the ball there, number 15, Askino. He's the player up front for the Cardinal. There's a shot over the top.
Goal kick, Wilson.
Goal kick, Wilson coming up.
Let's go, Green. Come on. Dominate.
So it's getting lots of time left in this period here for many opportunities.
Cardinal. That's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in coming up for the Cardinal. It looks like the throw-in will be number 4. That's Justin Ching. Ching with the throw-in. And that ball cleared out by the Trojans. Fight for the ball at midfield goes out. Trojans coming up on the throw-in.
It's a nice play there to get that ball out. Got a little foot race here. Oh, he got away from him there, looking for a cross. Push it away from the goalie here. No, he doesn't get an opportunity to.
And cleared away. Nice dribbling that time by the Trojans. They moved in on the left side, but the ball was knocked away. Throw in that time, number 4. That's Hostetler. Trojans trying to get the ball into the middle that time. Cleared away. Hostetler sends it forward in midfield. Number 9, Christopher Lambert with the ball for the Cardinal and sent back.
Free kick,
So
Lincoln.
this is an interesting opportunity here, about 4 or 5 yards outside of the box there, and we'll see.
Free kick, Lincoln. But as Steve said, about 4 yards outside the box. Amos Brown sets up in goal.
They're putting a line there. We'll see if he takes a direct shot on goal or if he does a little trick play here, and the second player will take a shot.
All right, 2 players line up. There's the second player with a kick, and there's the goal. All right, that goal was scored by Henry Temple, the captain, the senior captain, number 10.
So a little misdirection there, by having the first player not touch the ball and then going to the goal and just out of the reach of the goalie's hand.
So the first player kind of faked a kick on the ball. The second player came, kicked it low into the goal. That was Henry Temple, the senior captain, with the goal. Our score now, Lincoln 2, Wilson 1. Was a nice low driving kick that time.
Took a little bounce. It might have even taken a player's bounce and bounced a little bit away from the goalie there. It was just out of his reach.
So goals now for the Lincoln Cardinal. Number 15, the first goal, Solik Askanoa, and the second goal was by number 10, the captain Henry Temple. The goal for Lincoln was by number 20, Cole Essler. That was just into the start of the second half. It's 2-1. Lincoln leads. 25 minutes left to go in this game.
Looks like the umpire is talking a little bit over there with the players. There was a little bit of, I don't think it was intentional, but a player got a little bit of touch out of bounds there. So.
Saw my first red card of the season a couple of games ago.
Yeah, so did I. We got one.
And it was a player who had a yellow card earlier in the game, and then there was another incident, but the second incident was just a pure red card.
Mm-hmm.
Trojans send it on the outside. That's Hostetler, and cleared away. Hostetler, number 4, tried to move forward that time. That's Askanoa moving forward for Lincoln. He has a goal. Thanks for joining us here at Lincoln High School on Oregon Sports Beat. We're your high school sports leader in Oregon. Tomorrow night we'll bring you 3 football games. When we get to the end of this game, I'll try to update you on where those are. We have a busy schedule coming up next week, and also it's 2 weeks away from football playoffs and 2 weeks away from soccer playoffs, and we're going to be extensively involved in those activities.
Well, as we hit almost our 23.5-minute mark, then we're looking at both teams. Play has slowed down a little bit here. You know, that goal, I think, kind of took people by surprise there, but, you know, there's still plenty enough time for lots more action to happen here.
You know, when it's a big game like this and you're in a situation like that, senior leadership is really important. And Henry Temple, who got that goal, not only is he a senior, he's the team captain.
Oh, nice play there.
Cleared away.
Unfortunately, they couldn't bring that ball in and get another touch on it.
Wilson needed one more touch to get that ball into the middle and get a shot. They're trying to get something set up so they can get a shot in the middle. There's a ball wide to the left. Goal kick coming up. This is Coleman Alvarez.
Go, Green. Step up the work rate. Let's go. Come on, Green.
Alvarez with the kick. Sent forward. Trojans trying to get a player forward.
It does. Oh.
And cleared away.
Good defense there to keep that player trapped. One more touch, and he might have got that ball over to his right foot away from the defender and would have got a shot off.
Trojans had 2 players forward, but there were 4 defenders back that time for the Cardinal. Blocked that shot and goes out. Throw in coming up. Throw in for the Trojans. Towards the middle in front. There's a shot. Hits the post. And you see the player kind of wave his arm. He knows.
It's a heartbreak there. Got a nice little touch. Almost got a bounce, but it hit the post and went out of bounds. Got another corner coming here.
All right, a corner kick coming up for the Trojans. At least to get a corner out of that. There's the kick towards the middle, headed away. Trojans try to keep it inside, jump at the ball, a header, now sent back out. Unfortunate break that time for the Trojans. They managed to get it in front, get a shot off, and it hit the right post.
Come on, let's go, Green.
A little bit too much on it, but he still has control and play on it.
And that's going to be
Goal kick.
goal kick coming up. Goal kick for Lincoln.
So again, Lincoln wastes no time getting back into the offensive zone there and looking for an opportunity. And we've kind of seen that this quarter, or this half, where both teams quickly move the ball up the pitch and looking for opportunities to score.
And a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick coming up. Free kick for the Trojans.
Wilson free kick.
2-1 our score. We just clicked under halfway through the second half. 19:45 left in the game. There's a Wilson kick towards the middle. Bounces, and we've got a whistle.
Yeah, he's going to give him a yellow on that. Yeah.
Yellow card coming up.
Yellow card.
official doing a job. You know, he wants to make sure he keeps his game under control. It's close, 2-1. He wants to make sure that they play clean the rest of the game. And, you know, like I always say, he's closer to the play than me, so you got to respect his call.
Yellow card awarded. There's the kick by the Lincoln. And that ball's out. Throw-in coming up for the Cardinal. There's the throw-in, cleared away by Wilson. Number 9 down the right side.
Oh, nice move inside there. Good cross there.
Christopher Lambert did a good job of getting that ball into the middle for the Cardinal.
So he did a nice dribble move there, split the defenders and was able to get through. Saw a player in the middle, made the cross to him. Defense was able to break it up a little bit there after that.
18:30 left to go here in the game. 2-1, Lincoln leads. It was 1-0 at halftime on a goal by Solik Askino. Trojans got it back 1-1 on a goal by Cole Essler, and that goal 8 minutes ago by Henry Temple made it 2-1 Lincoln.
Another goal kick here.
Goal kick coming up. Ball at midfield. You can see Lincoln there with 4 players forward. And that ball goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up.
A lot of back and forth play over there.
Trojans trying to head it forward. They do. Down the left side. Not able to get a play. Not able to get in his hand towards the middle. Knocked away.
So Lincoln defense doing a good job hustling back on that to clear that ball out. You know, but again, the Trojans are down here. They're in the zone. They can push that ball up and see if they can make an opportunity here.
The throw in by number 4, Hostetler.
Nice give and go play there.
Give and go play, trying to get a centering pass. And a collision. And that ball kicked out of bounds. Well, nope, curved in, stayed in. Hostetler managed to get it, send it forward, but Cardinal come right back. There's a kick by Askino. Nobody over there. And there's a whistle and a player down, Cardinal player down.
Not quite sure. The official saw something over there.
Lincoln player still down.
You gave him a card.
Did the referee issue a yellow card there? Red card. All right, a red card. So there's a collision. Red card issued. Haven't heard the PA announcer say yet who.
Card given to Isaac Vollen.
All right, that red card was given, and it goes to number 14, Isaac Vollen. So we've had a yellow card issued, now a red card to Isaac Vollen, number 14. That coming at 15:54 left to go in the game.
Again, there must have been a foul over there that the official caught sight of there that was pretty bad.
Well, the referee blew the whistle right away. A Lincoln player hit the ground. It blew the whistle right away and came over and issued a red card. Referee came over, talked to Coach Frank Matthews of Wilson.
Wilson substitution. Jacques Panay-Ramon on for Sage Finnell.
That ball's going to go out, and that'll be a throw-in coming up. Cardinal throw-in. We are at 15:35 left to go here in this game. 2-1. Lincoln leads Wilson. We just had a red card issued to Isaac Volan of the Trojans. Throw-in coming up. That's number 4. That's Justin Ching. And that goes out of bounds. So Ching will go back and get that. Another throw-in coming up for the Cardinal.
So a little bit of momentum taken out of the Whistle team with those 2 cards that they got. We'll see if they can pick that momentum back up.
Nice play that time by the Trojans. Great dribbling.
Again, they quickly look at moving the ball at the pitch and seeking another opportunity to possibly equalize this.
Trojans go back and get the ball. That goes out. Throw-in coming up for the Trojans. Play in front. Trojans have 13:40. Get this game even. 2-1 our lead for Lincoln. A goal coming at 26:11 left to go in the game by Henry Temple, the Lincoln Cardinal captain. Well, he's one of the co-captains.
So again, Lincoln playing strong defense, dropping quite a few players back on defense, and Wilson still able to get the ball up here in the zone here.
Wilson has everybody forward except the goalie. Shot towards the middle and headed off to the side and cleared away. Cleared away by the Cardinal. Throw-in coming up for the Trojans. Taken away. And another whistle. Did the referee issue a yellow card?
Yeah,
There's another yellow card.
Yeah, it was a little awkward play there. The player almost tried to bulldoze over the player, kept himself a bit too low.
I believe the yellow card was issued to the Lincoln Cardinal player who scored the last goal, number 10, Henry Temple. So we've had 2 yellow cards and a red card issued in this game so far. I don't see Temple out there. I'm pretty sure that's who the goal or the yellow card was issued to. Hostetler
Oh,
with a
nice
kick
play
forward.
there. I caught him offside.
All right, a breakaway in on the goalie. The pass was there, but offside. Goal kick coming up. Alvarez sends it forward.
Nice passing here by Lincoln. Nice pass inside there.
And Amos Brown comes out. He quickly raced out of the net and went and got that ball.
Nice passing there by Lincoln to move that ball up the pitch, but goalie saw what was coming and got outside and was able to pick it up.
Good pass that time forward by Kleiser. And a whistle. Free kick coming up here for the Cardinal.
Kick Lincoln.
There's the kick. All the way forward on the right. That's number 9 with the ball, and that is Christopher Lambert. Lambert's had some good passes here in the game.
Oh, nice move on the outside there. Good tackle.
And that goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up. Throw-in coming up for the Cardinal. 10:30 left to go here. 2-1 Cardinal lead. We've got a game highlighted by 6 corner kicks for the Cardinal, 2 yellow cards, 1 red card. The red card issued to the Trojans, Isaac Volan. The last yellow card issued to the Cardinal, Henry Temple, a goal scorer in this game.
So again, Lincoln finds himself down here, easily able to put that ball into the box and create an opportunity.
Throw in.
Goal kick Wilson.
Goal kick coming up for Wilson.
So you
There's
see
the kick.
Wilson will waste no time getting that ball out and up the pitch. You will see a little bit different on goal kicks on the Lincoln side. He'll be taking his time. Clock is very important at this point in the game.
9:30 left to go here. 2-1. Lincoln leads over Wilson. PIL boys soccer action. We mentioned earlier both these teams have not lost a league game, although Wilson has 3 ties on their record, 1-0-3, the Cardinal 4-0. There's a kick forward by the goalie, Brown. Wilson.
Okay, they've been able to make some good things happen from this side of the field.
Pass goes a little too far. Get it out. Trojans. Now the Trojans desperately trying to keep the ball in the Lincoln end.
Nice pass.
There's a
there.
pass forward
Clears
and
it out.
cleared out by the Cardinal.
So again, not too bad field position here for Wilson. You know, they've been able to make some things happen from that right side of the field. If they can get that ball in front of the goal there, they've scored one and they've had another opportunity just by making that pass inside away from the goalie.
Throw in for the Trojans.
Again,
Trojans send it back, try to get it forward, and the goalie stops that. That was a shot. The goalie fell on it.
But again, Lincoln doing a good job on defense there, dropping back 8, 9 players.
Alvarez with the kick out to midfield. And fight for the ball. It goes out. It'll be a throw-in coming up. Throw-in for the Cardinal. 7:15 left to go in this one. 2-1 Cardinal.
The sub coming in here.
Lincoln substitution, Nate Bradley on for Brian Nunn.
Lincoln substitution, Nate Bradley in the game. Bradley number 2. Justin Ching on the throw-in. Wilson kick over to the right, nobody there. Ball goes out of bounds, throw in for the Cardinal. Six and a half minutes left to go. For you fans of Lincoln sports, tune in tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Oregon Sports Beat will bring you the Cardinals football game at Franklin High School, the newly renovated Franklin High School with their great new field. I'll be doing that game with my broadcast partner, Shane. Here come the Cardinal, a shot, goal. And that is the second goal of the game for Solik Askino, number 15.
He was able to get a good angle. The goalie did come out, but he was able to put that ball in the far corner away from the goalie there. It's a nice shot there by that Lincoln player.
5:32 left to go here in the game. 3-1 now. Askino with 2 goals. He got the first goal of the game, and he got that one. And that time he was alone on the left. Shot that ball and shot it just outside to the right into the net and a goal. Well, now the Trojans do have to press forward. They're 2 down with 4:50 left to go here. You know, for a first half where we had 1 goal in the whole 40 minutes, we've had 3 goals here in the second 40 minutes, 2 of them, of course, by the Lincoln Cardinal.
Yeah, both teams pushed the ball up very quick, looking for opportunities very quick, and we saw those opportunities result in a large goal scoring, whereas in the first half, both teams played a little bit more conservatively, controlling the ball in the midfield with a lot of different possession changes.
That was a corner kick, number 7 for the Cardinal. They've converted on 1, the first one. Here come the Trojans forward. They're trying to get the ball off on a wing. They do.
Get it out to the wing.
Hostetler. There's a shot, bouncer, okay. And Coleman Alvarez falls on it. Those are always tricky when they're bouncing like that. Alvarez set, got down, and just fielded that like a shortstop. That ball goes out, throw-in coming up for the Cardinal. Justin Ching on the throw-in. This is Logan Kleiser. Kleiser ahead to Hostetler.
Wilson now playing with a little bit more urgency. We saw 2 quick attempts there on the go, and I'm sure they're going to try to get another one here on this play.
Free kick. Wilson has everybody forward but the goalie. There's the kick, a driving kick, and blocked by the goalie. Goalie grabs it again, loose, and picked up by the goalie. Nice job inside that time by the goalie, Coleman Alvarez.
I think they might have called a roughing the goalie there. A lot of balls bouncing around there. I'm not quite sure what the call was.
There's a yellow card. The referee has a yellow card up in the air. Goalie Alvarez did a great job that time.
Lincoln free kick.
Lincoln free kick. And the whistle blows again. We're going to do that over.
That's just a slight rule violation there.
Good job by the goalie that time, Coleman Alvarez. He's played a great game. Wilson tried to pick the ball up and throw it in, but it's a throw in for the Cardinal.
2 minutes remaining in full time.
We've ticked under 2 minutes now. 1:50 left to go in this one. 3-1, Lincoln leads. About to go 5-0 in PIL action. Wilson would go to 1-1-3. Wilson's next game coming up, that will be the 17th at Madison, and then the 19th at Cleveland. I'm sorry, those are home games. Madison at home on the 17th, Cleveland at home on the 19th. Those are home games, the last two for the Wilson Trojans. Throw in for the Trojans. We're at 1:10 left to go in this one. Trojans move forward. They get everybody forward. Trojans racing for the ball, and again the goalie comes out. And the goal was wide open. The goalie had fallen down wide open, and there were no Trojans up there to take a shot.
Yeah, Wilson was a little bit late getting back there to help out on that. There was a missed opportunity there.
One of the Lincoln players, and I might have been Ching, got back in the goal to act as the goalie, but there were no Trojans able to get a shot off. A missed opportunity. We're at 19 seconds. Sent forward. Two seconds, 1 second. There's the horn. This one is over. A big win for the Lincoln Cardinal. 3-1. A win for the Cardinal. The Cardinal now go to 5-0 in PIL action. The Wilson Trojans go to 1-1-3. I'll recap the scoring for you in this game. First goal of the game and the only goal of the first half came with 31:30 left to go in the half. That coming off a corner kick as number 15, Solik Askino, headed the ball in from the far post, and it was 1-0 Lincoln. That was the only goal in the first half. 3 goals in the second half. Wilson got the game even at 33-11 left to go in the half on a goal by number 20, Cole Essler. But the Cardinal came back with the last 2 goal of the half. The first coming with 26-11 left in the game. That scored by number 10, the co-captain, Henry Temple. And then the last goal of the game, that coming with 5:32 left to go in the game. Second goal of the game for Solik Askino. And that made our final score 3-1. A couple of stars in the game. Well, you might pick the goalie, Coleman Alvarez, who did a great job in the net tonight, held the Trojans to just 1 goal. But my player of the game with 2 goals tonight, number 15, Solik Askino.
Yeah, the Lincoln did a good job tonight. Not only on the offensive side, they did a good job on the defensive side to hold Wilson down. They showed their versatility, scoring off of a corner, scoring off of a breakaway in the middle. So they have a lot of good things going for them as they continue on in the season. Wilson had a rough night. They did play some good defense there, but they're hurt by some injuries from what I understand. That game might have been a little bit closer if those players weren't out, but they did manage to score a goal. They had some opportunities late that they missed. But, both teams moving on into the postseason, I wish them all well, and should be some good games coming up with both of them.
Well, the Trojans, as I said, have 2 games of both of them that are at home against Madison and Cleveland. They can get those games, and they would be 3-1-3 in PIL action, and virtually they'd get one of those playoff spots that everybody covets. Those playoffs only a couple of weeks away. We're going to bring you live soccer playoff action and live football playoff action. Stay tuned to us during our games this week and next week, and we'll try to update you on information, and we'll give you the playoff schedules as soon as they come available. I want to thank both teams, both head coaches. The head coach of the Wilson Trojans, Frank Matthews, he mentioned to me last when I went out before the game, and he said, this is our last regular season game that Oregon Sports Beat will be covering the Trojans, and he said, we're going to miss you guys. So we'll see you again,
well,
though,
hopefully
Frank.
we see them in the playoffs.
We will
covering some of those games.
Yeah, we will see you again. And head coach Pablo Di Pasquale for the Lincoln Cardinal, who managed to help us and get us some of the information we need. I want to thank our crew tonight. Our crew consists of our producer, engineer, and guy doing everything else that needs to be done. Our producer director, Ryan Johnson, my broadcast partner, Steve Roberts. I'm Dave Hall, again, from Lincoln High School. Our final score in boys soccer action, the Lincoln Cardinal 3, the Wilson Trojans 1. Good night, everybody.